Survival mode in the Long Dark is just as much about surviving as it is about getting to know the world around you. On Great Bear Island, the people who came before you left pieces of their lives behind. Their homes that you're sheltering in, their supplies that you're using, and even their final written words. And that last one is the focus of our video today. We're diving into 5 of the most unsettling notes that you can find in the Long Dark. Let's get into it. The Climber's Cave of Ash Canyon sits beside a frozen lake. It's sheltered and quiet, and inside you find what looks like an abandoned campsite. There are supplies and a fire, and it's obvious that someone was here, and you realize that they left a note behind. It reads, "Guiding these mainland tourist climbers isn't worth all their moaning. After we hit the high meadow, I'm going to bow out and head for that old gold mine my dad showed me. I'm already a week overdue on this trip." If you've gone to the Ash Canyon gold mine that this is referencing, you know exactly why this note is so disturbing. The route to get there is brutal. There are narrow ledges, sheer drops, and a mine interior that's a maze in the dark. Without proper preparation, one wrong step means you never make it back. This climber was already a week overdue, planning to take on this journey alone, and that was before the collapse hit. If you add the aurora, the wildlife, and the weather into the mix, it's really hard to imagine that they could have survived. Anytime I'm in that mine, I can't shake the feeling that I'm walking past this person's remains. But this mystery writer isn't the only climber who left a note behind. And with the next one, the entries get more and more unsettling with each day. In the Mountaineer's Hut on Timberwolf Mountain, you can find a page from a journal that goes from normal to catastrophe in just 3 days. September 5th. Arrived at the base of Timberwolf Mountain. Looks like there are some nice cracks, just like Clive said. Going to set up a top rope and do some bouldering until the others show up, hopefully soon. So day 1 is optimistic, a climber who's excited for a new adventure and waiting for their friends. September 6th, wondering if my friends got lost as they still haven't arrived. Woke up in the night to a deafening noise and fire on the mountain. Went to check it out, but the weather got nasty and I couldn't find my way. Only 24 hours later, everything has changed. Their friends haven't arrived and there's been a deafening noise and fire on the mountain, which is certainly way out of the ordinary. September 7th. Clear day. I went out again. Found some metal cargo crates. They look like they might have come from a plane. There's still smoke coming from the summit. I'm heading out to see if I can make it to the peak and learn more about what's going on. 48 hours from their arrival, and they're heading to the summit. If you've climbed Timberwolf Mountain yourself, you know how brutal that ascent is even in the best weather, and it makes this entry really hard to read. The writer went from bouldering and waiting for their friends to investigating a plane crash in just 3 days, completely alone, with no preparations for the conditions caused by the collapse. When you stumble across any frozen remains on that climb to the peak, you can't help but wonder if one of them is the person who wrote these journal entries. So our first 2 entries have been about people who were caught in the collapse. They were in the wrong place at the wrong time. But our next one suggests that something was wrong on the island way before the aurora appeared. The Angler's Den in Ash Canyon hides a diary page that points to something sinister and deliberate. Just about run out of excuses for keeping my mouth shut. Those miners might look down on me now, but if they keep digging on like they are, too deep if you ask me. Much too deep. And if you've walked through Ash Canyon, you've no doubt seen the burnt trees, scarred landscape, and widespread destruction. Stuff that doesn't just come from a plane crash or a small accident. Players have debated for years what actually happened here, whether it was a mining accident, arson, even something that the miners dug up that they shouldn't have. This diary page doesn't tell us what happened, but it does tell us that someone living here knew something bad was coming. They even tried to speak up, and judging by the state of Ash Canyon, they were ignored. Our final entries are going to shift the focus a little bit. We're turning away from destroyed regions and doomed climbers to talk about a live and very active threat that you know all too well. We've got 2 notebook entries that come from a wildlife researcher on Great Bear Island. Their notes can be found in Transfer Pass and Sundered Pass, and what they describe, let's just say that it's a little too relatable. Notebook 1. I made multiple sightings this morning and I can hear them stalking me. They have very distinct territories on the island. This was expected, but even for a wild cat, they take this behavior to an extreme, which worries me. I believe it's possible to live at peace with them, and my work here will show that, but I need to track their movements and note the boundaries of their hunting grounds, and somehow survive. Hearing those words, they stalk you, the distinct territories, behavior that's to an extreme. It's eerie how accurately this describes the cougars on the island. But with Notebook 2, it gets even darker. Notebook 2. I can already tell if I cross paths with one of these cats, it's going to be bad for me if I'm not prepared. The eviscerated deer I stumbled on yesterday gave me an idea. I doubt I can outrun if it tries to make a fight of it. My gear is durable, but will it be enough? They sent me here to study these animals, not cull them. That's my mission. Torn apart deer and the knowledge that gear alone won't protect you, it's hard to stomach, especially knowing that they were sent here for research, not to fight. And we know all too well how cougar encounters tend to go in this game. You don't outrun them or endlessly evade them. You survive them barely, if you're lucky. I know I've been there, and when I read these entries, it's hard not to feel like this researcher didn't make it out either. Every entry so far has been building to something, but our final entry is a distress call, and it reads like it's from someone who had completely run out of luck and time. This communication report from Bleak Inlet isn't a plan or a reflection, it's a straight up plea for help. Request extraction, wolves everywhere, chased out of the muskeg to the coast, all predator deterrence failed, no food left. Going to check out the work site down below Tower 12 for supplies. Use code 154 to bypass security doors. Hurry. Sector 12 tower failure. Remote service for automated relay. Extreme predator threat. Partner specialist 81926. Extreme predator threat. All predator deterrence failed. No food left. Those all sound horrible. This isn't just a journal entry, it's someone who's stuck in one of the most hostile regions on the island, begging for help and rapidly running out of options. And their communication ends with Sector 12 tower failure, remote service for automated relay, which indicates to me that even their communication equipment failed. After everything that we've seen in this world, everything we know this person faced, can you really feel optimistic that they made it out? I know I can't. These notes give us insight into 5 different fates that, in all honesty, probably weren't good. The Long Dark doesn't need a blizzard to remind you how dangerous the world can be. You could be sitting in a shelter, warmed by a fire, and find a note like one of these to remind you just what the island can do to you. Which of these notes stuck with you the most? And are there any that I missed that you feel deserve a shout out? Please let me know in the comments. If you like more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.